halftime here for Arsenal's UWCL match against Rosenborg. Arsenal is up 1-0. If you are looking for where to watch this match, you can watch it on arsenal.com. Let me just rearrange this a little bit. As usual, I am both here and here. So I am on TikTok. I am on YouTube. You can watch whichever one you prefer. 1-0 so far. I think it's looking pretty good. I have no real criticism or complaints about what's going on here. Rosenborg, as expected, is sitting back deep. Like, if you want to see what parking the bus looks like, this is it. This is really sitting back as deep as you can. So we got to just keep trying. Just keep knocking it in. Keep attacking it from different ends. I have absolutely no issue with crossing the ball somewhat blindly into the box in this circumstance because, like, guess what? They don't defend it that well. That's where we got our goal from. So go ahead, just keep sending the ball in. They're giving you the space to send those balls in. I would do it. And what you'll start to see is it's always a little bit of, push and pull, right? So as you keep sending those balls in, they're going to try to adjust to try to prevent that from happening. So you will see them then start to push out a little bit and you get more space to go and play into the center. So that's what I would say is just kind of keep doing what we're doing. I do expect to see a sub at about the, 60th or 70th, somewhere in there. But yeah, I think it's going pretty well. I have no real issue with it because, again, that's what you do. Subs, I expect to see Kafaji, probably see Mead. Those are kind of the big ones I expect to see swapped in. What's the score? It's 1-0. It's 1-0. So, it's going fine. We've got a freedom on him goal. We are getting opportunities from serving the ball in. I would just keep doing it. They're giving you space. So what's the harm? You got to do something to try to get a team to adjust their block a little bit, and they can't sit in this block forever because 1-0 does not do anything for Rosenborg. Like, they need a goal. Once you get a second goal, this thing's over. They're not scoring 2 goals, Rosenborg. They can absolutely probably hit us on a counter and maybe get 1 goal, but they won't. Mariona wants a goal so bad. I'm here for it. I want Mariona with a goal. I'm with you. She does want a goal. She deserves a goal. She's really good. She's real. Have we had another signing in recent memory that came in and has been this impactful? I mean, she has been, again, as advertised. Everybody talks about her being, just a world-class player, and she has come in and made an immediate difference. Is City out of the Champions League? No. So they come in at the next part of League's path. So this is all a little bit confusing. Champions League is kind of a hot mess structure-wise, but the League's path, the second-place teams in the top leagues, so, City, come in at the next stage. So, we won't draw them because we're all England, right? But they are available to play in that next round. So let's see. Frida's always in the right spot today. Yes, she is. Alessia's crossbar attempt is so close. I know. I really thought she had that one. And then I was like, this is chilling. We're good. Because like I said, once we get 2, this thing's over. I am real talk not worried about it once there's 2. They are not coming back. Definitely those were fouls on Frida and Katie. Yeah, but I get it a little bit. I had more questions on, one of the offside calls, but this is where it is. Where can we watch the match in Europe? You can watch on arsenal.com, even in Europe, which is nice. Arsenal.com or the Arsenal app. I just saw also Women's Football Live on YouTube has this one as well. So you are, of course, good to go watch that over there. It looks like they're also live streaming it. Do you think Blackstenius will get more playing time this season? So I think Blackstenius will continue to be used in the same way she's been used, which is that she is situationally going to be starting. It just depends on who that is. If we play Champions League, there are more situations where she is the optimal choice. So yes, she should get more playing time. The thing about Sita Blackstenius is she's just candidly not an optimal player for facing a low block because she does so well breaking with speed. You need space for there to play her in. And there's no space to play somebody in when there's this low block. What the hell is Sita Blackstenius going to do in this space? In this game, you want Russo because she can turn just really beautifully and she's working really hard at it. But you don't have any. There are a few players that are as dangerous, at getting in behind as Sina Blackstenius is. So you should see more of her, but it just depends on who you're playing against. That's a matchup issue. Let's see. Kara's not really fully getting in the game, unfortunately. I don't disagree, but a lot of that is looking at the structure of what's happening with Rosenborg, right? They're really giving more room. It's the defenders who are getting the room to serve the balls in. And that's okay. That's what happens when you sit back and clog. So could she pull back out a little bit and get a little more space for herself that way? Yeah. But I don't know how much that helps anything Because again, your defenders are getting all that space. No one's putting pressure on them. So it's just a little bit more about how the game is flowing than it is about how she herself is doing. I wouldn't worry too much about that. Looking a lot better than last season already, better connections, etc. Yep, completely agree. Let's see. What am I watching the game on? Arsenal.com. I like the Fox and Ford partnership. I'm liking it too. I think what it is Emily Fox is just very good. I like watching her play with anybody, which is fine. So yeah, and if you're just tuning in, Arsenal up 1-0 over Norwegian leagues Rosenborg as part of the league's path forward into the group stage of UWCL. A win today means that we go into the next leg where we will draw an opponent and we'll play them home and away, and we'll find out who that opponent is on Monday. So Ford should cross the ball, please. Yeah, I think everybody should cross the ball. I have no issue with it. Just send it in. They're not defending it well. Send it in. Why not? Wonder if Viv is there. I'm sure somebody will tell us. I haven't heard that she is yet, but somebody will let us know if she is there. If Viv is there in person, we will find out. So that is always exciting. When is their next game going to be? It is the 19th or 20th of September, I believe. Or it's 18th or 19th, I think. Sorry. Yeah, not the 19th or 20th. Maybe it's the 17th, 18th. Sorry. 17th, 18th, I think sounds right. Because the 9th is when they do the draw. I'm just confusing odd numbers. And then first leg is the 17th, 18th, and the second leg is the following week. So, yeah. Okay, let's see. What game is this for? So this is Champions League. It's just the paths look a little bit different. So we are in the league's path. We need to win today to advance to the next play-in portion. And if we can win that 2-leg play-in against whoever we draw, then we move on to the group stage of Champions League. So yeah, 4 days before the start of WSL. I know, that's a lot of games in a very short period that are very high stakes. So let's see. Why has McCabe stopped crossing, though, since Mariona came in? I don't know that she has stopped crossing necessarily. Again, I think just some of this is what the game flow is, what we're getting from the game flow here today. And really what you're getting is a lot of opportunities to cross it in from the right. And they should just keep taking them. Do I live in London? I do not. No. Hoping for a Foxy goal. Fingers crossed. We always love to see it. We always love to see it. So why not, I'd like a Mariana goal. I'd like a Kafaji goal. I'm just, let's see. I don't think it's talked about enough how seamless Fox came into this team. That's probably true. I think she probably does not get enough hype there. She came in, she's been starting every minute. She's clicked instantly with whoever she plays with, mind you, because we talk a lot about the connection that she and Beth Mead have as well. And she's playing very well with Caitlin Ford. So, yeah, but Mariona has been, she's a fun addition. And I think the difference for me and why I think Mariona is the more seamless and the more impressive here is because Mariona comes in and solves, a very specific problem. This is an issue that plagued us all season last year, was breaking down these types of low blocks, and I'm not even worried about it. Do you think Fox will return to the NWSL? Not anytime soon, I do not. Do you know if Arsenal and Man City can be both seeded teams in the next draw? I don't know, Sylvia, on that, how that goes, but I know they won't meet each other because they're both from England, so we cannot play Man City next round. Williamson, best crosser on the field. She often is. And that is true today as well. Ajax out already. Champions League is weird sometimes with these qualifiers. It's the league's path in particular is just an odd challenge because you have all these teams that are essentially in preseason and are trying to work new players in, and all of a sudden you have to play these critical matches. Whereas the teams you play against, a lot of these other European leagues are on summer schedules. So their teams, they know their players, they know who they're with, they're working toward it, and this is their moment for them. So that's just how it goes. Kafaji can easily unlock this defense. Yeah, I think she'd be fun to watch there. Thoughts on Kyra's play so far? I think she's been a little bit invisible, as other people have said. I don't disagree with that at all. I think she's been a bit of a ghost. Some of that is, again, just game flow. I don't think that's really on her. It's just the way this block is shaping up. There's not a lot for her to do. And she's kind of got to just stay where she is because you want her there for when some of this starts to transition. And make no mistake, it's going to look a little different in the second half at some points because Rosenborg needs a goal. Is Alex Morgan on the Mount Rushmore of U.S. women's team? I would put her there, yeah, mainly for off-the-field accomplishments. But, yeah, I'm watching this live to try and stay awake during halftime. It's 3:30 a.m. Ava, oh, my goodness. This is Australia, right? I have to assume that's Australia to be 3:30 a.m. Y'all are wild over there. Y'all are dedicated. Who would I sub in and out at half? I would not make any changes right now. Just keep the flow going. I might make some changes at the 65th or 70th. And it depends a little bit on how Rosenborg adjusts because this, losing 1-0 is not going to do much for him. When a goal outside the box, break the block. One more goal and this whole thing's over. It does not. You cannot play this kind of block and come back from 2 goals. You can't. You can do it on 1, and you're playing for a draw. Like, you are expressly playing against penalties. But they're back, no changes. Okay, everybody. So just a reminder, I'll be back here post-match to debrief with you all. I will not be here in the unlikely event we go to additional time or penalties. I will not be here in the middle of those because they're just too quick. But I will see you all at the end of the match, and give it a follow or a like or subscribe or wherever you're watching me. And come on, you Gunners. All right, and YouTube, I always say bye to you last. See ya at the end of the match.